The art of consistency. Again, another video. This is the second video back to back I'm reacting to. Shout out the art. Shout out to AlexTheVirgo. My fault. Art of consistency. You starting off with a GOAT, Kai Cenat. Let's see what he's talking about.
When you in your grinding stage, like that hunger is different. It's about if you can maintain it or not. Like that hunger that you get is like a different type of like, I don't know what it is. Like all I wanted to do was just work. So once you get that in you, like it's just like you can't stop. So I gotta keep my head focused, stay on the right path, and just execute every time.
Execute every
when
time.
People come to me and say, "Give me one piece of advice," I say, "Be consistent." Like that's so cliche, but like,
but it's real though.
If you posting on YouTube like consistently, like YouTube will throw your videos into this like the topic that you're in, and then it'll push like to the masses of that topic.
But some days you get a little down, a little disappointed, a little discouraged, a little frustrated, because you like, this shit just ain't happening fast enough, this shit not coming fast enough, is it ever gonna come?
Right.
You get depressed. I'm gonna tell you like this, do not fucking stop. Whatever you do, don't quit, don't stop, don't give up.
Keep grinding. Keep grinding.
You'll regret that shit forever. It's not no overnight. This is a step-by-step process. You gotta put one foot in front of the other. That's how this shit works.
Right.
Consistent.
And if you know J. Cole's story, like if you look up his story, there was a lot of opportunities where he could have stopped and quit. There's a lot of failures that he had in his life, and he'll say it, like he'll tell you. But he kept going, and now he's considered by some the greatest rapper of his generation, if not no less than third. Because it's him, Drake, and Kendrick. That's how it's been for the past 10, 15, going on 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's that. You know, Kendrick is I mean, J. Cole's a GOAT because he stayed consistent. He never gave up.
Consistency is the key to life. Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen. Consistency is the key to life.
Right, whether good or bad, because you could be consistently bad and your life just keep fucking up and going downhill. But once you make that change and turn it into consistent good habits, you're going to start going up. You're going to start going up instead of flatlining, being complacent, or, you know, going down.
See, at first, I never really understood what people meant when they said to find success, you gotta be consistent. It was one of those cliche terms in my head that I automatically undervalued due to its simplicity. But I saw a quote one day that read, "The keys to life, the knowledges of God are simple. They are so simple, in fact, that they could be understood by a child. So simple that it can be seen all throughout nature. So simple, in fact, that us human beings, having such an egotistical nature, that we can't even see its power when it's right in our faces due to our egos." What do I mean by this, you wonder? Well, let me explain the art of consistency.
Talk your shit, bro.
When I say consistency, I don't just mean aimlessly dropping 50 mixtapes on SoundCloud. I don't mean uploading random YouTube.
You gotta have direction.
Doing random workouts in the gym.
Gotta have
Make
direction.
it clear that I do not mean working hard in the slightest fashion whatsoever. When I say consistency, I mean in mindset. You need to consistently be in a mindset that goes with the goal you have at hand. Because whatever you consistently think, feel, and believe about yourself is what you will ultimately align yourself with and attract. For instance,
like my goal, I'm gonna give you an example before he give his example. My goal, my next big milestone is to get 10,000 subscribers. Not to say I'm not gonna celebrate when I'm about to hit 1,300, 1,400, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000. Not like I'm not gonna celebrate every milestone along the way, which I am. But the next big goal is to get to 10K. That for me was, I'm already feel legitimized, but that would like super legitimize me. I was like, yeah, I'm going up. I'm next up type shit. It might take me a while to get there, but consistently will keep me going. Me consistently uploading these videos will go. Now for me, it's going to take a little longer because I do a variety of things. I'm in the gaming niche, but I also do videos like this, like more social commentary type videos. And that may hurt my analytics, but I don't care. I'm doing what feels right in my spirit. And we going to get there eventually.
Ever heard of the term, you attract what you are? Toxic people just always seem to find themselves in relationships and environments with other toxic people. Well, that reason is simply due to not only do you attract what you are, but also whatever you are is naturally what you feel inclined to do. A person who is toxic will make decisions.
I just said that in the other video, like how you think is no. I said what did I say? What did I say? How you think is how is determined by your environment and what you consume, how you think is who you are. Like, what you think is what is gonna determine what you do, and then when that's who you are. Yeah, I said some shit. It was bars though. It's in the shorts. Y'all could look at it somewhere. But I said some shit
that will always
similar to
put
what
them
he just said.
in toxic situations. The same way that if you grew up poor, you will always find yourself making poor financial decisions that will keep you in a poor state. And the same goes for whenever you have a wealthy abundance mindset. You will always make the decisions that will keep you wealthy and abundant. So this is why it is so important to be constantly checking and nurturing where you want your reality to be. Because it doesn't matter how hard you work at being a winner if you consistently have the thoughts, feelings, and inner compass of a loser. So the first rule of the art of consistency is consistency in mindset. You need to consistently align and feed your mind, soul with thoughts and beliefs that validate who you say you are and what you say you want. And I know you're probably wondering, well, how do I do that? And it's simple. Join my mastermind coaching program for $2,000. I'm just playing.
He hawking. I about to say he hawking the courses.
Is make the decision. That's all it comes down to. Making a decision and also making a conscious effort to consistently stand on that decision, no matter whatever comes to try to knock you off of that decision. This is what makes or breaks whether you maintain or even obtaining what you want. An example I love to use is Kendrick Lamar. See, most people really only got hip to K-Dot because of the recent Drake versus him beef, right?
Which is crazy though, because he's been going crazy.
He became more listenable to a wider audience with his whole damn album.
This went viral. Spyro. I know.
But long before the world knew Kendrick Lamar as the superstar he is today, he was literally the exact same as he is today. A man rapping about what he believes in, the world he comes from, the people in it, and how it affected all of them.
3 of my homeboys that summertime was murdered. Close ones too, not just somebody that I hear about. These people I grew up with. So it all psychologically it messes your brain up because you live in this life. You know what I'm saying? But you still have to face realities of this. I got to get back off that tour bus and go to these funerals, you know, and go talk to my moms and talk to their aunties, the kids that from my sister to my little cousins, and to other siblings around me that's coming up. How can I be a voice for all these people around the world and can't reach them like I want to? And they're the closest to me.
He built his whole brand upon this. He was not a voice of self-righteousness, but rather a voice of authenticity.
Through my music, I want to make sure that's the legacy, showing people how to communicate, and it's okay, you know, if you're not perfect.
I always said to myself, if I said it on record, I never retract my statements. Because it's my self-expression.
Putting these records out is a gift for me because I'm not only a voice for myself, but I'm a voice for people who can't express themselves like that.
All I can, do is continue to be an actual human being and then to show them that, I go through the same emotions and the same, feelings that y'all go through.
Yeah.
So if they, put that as being the leader of this generation, then so be it, because all I can do is express myself and hope you take something from it. And I think that's my biggest.
I mean, as an artist myself, that's all you can do, because once you put it out there, you don't control how it's perceived. Like, you could put it out in a certain kind of way, and you might hope that it gets, or you maybe even try to make it in a way that it gets perceived in a certain kind of way, but it doesn't. Some people gonna connect with it. Some people gonna think it's corny. Some people, gonna be somewhere in the middle. But me, I just focus on the people that do fuck with it. I go where I'm celebrated and I tolerate it, but I also keep in mind that I'm also am a human being with flaws, and that I might not always be right about everything, and the message I'm putting out might not always be right.
With my audience and why it connects the way it do.
And since this was a decision that he made early on in his career to consistently stay true to himself and not being afraid to follow his heart regardless of how others feel, it was fairly easy for him to stand on this. And while it initially stunted his career a little bit, not being as digestible to mainstream audiences because of it, he still consistently brought quality and standard on that decision. And obviously, as we know of today, it ultimately paid off.
I want to keep doing it every time, period. And to do it every time, you have to challenge yourself and you have to confirm to yourself, not anybody else, confirm to yourself that you're the best. No one can take that away from me, period. And that's my drive, that's my hunger I will always have.
And it's really that
only thing I don't like with the whole Kendrick thing is like he promotes a very conscious and positive outlook on hip hop, but like his biggest moments have come from the viral hits and beefing. Like when he did the Control shit and he called everybody out, that's beefing. When right now, the reason why he's elevated to an even higher level is because he dissed Drake. And then when he came back out with Baby Keem, and he's like smoking on top fives and shit like that. You know, like it's a little bit contradictory, like the message he puts out there on his deeper, like real conscious shit, and then as opposed to what people gravitate towards too, that gets him more in the mainstream sense. And that might not be completely his fault, because people these days like negativity. They like when you beefing with somebody. They like it when you down. They like it when you angry. And that's just a product of, you know, how society's going, because the economy's fucked up. People fucked up financially. Most Americans don't even have $1,000. Most Americans don't even have $500 to spare. Most Americans don't even make $40,000 a year. So it's a lot of anger out there, and people want to validate their anger through various means, and they'll use it. They'll use an artist as a catalyst, artist music as a catalyst for that.
Simple, like literally, I can't be more like specific or more in detail about this. You don't have to climb Mount Everest or some random unnecessary 20 years meditation to find success, peace, or anything else in life. It is all in you. Pause. Nothing is outside of you. God gave you everything. Let me say that again. God gave you everything you needed. God gave you everything you need to accomplish, acquire, and maintain anything you want at any given period in time. And that's
and people say, well, what if you're disabled? What if this? I seen this ad for this. It was a disabled man. He's in a wheelchair, and he made a company. It was a Shopify ad, and he made a company, a hot sauce company, a very successful hot sauce company, and it all came from his mind. Obviously, he has people helping him, and that's a part of what God gave him. God gave him that mind to not let his situation physically limit what he could do in this world, which is just crazy. It's able-bodied people out here saying that they can't start a business, they can't do this, they can't do that, but yet he's disabled doing it. There's another disabled fighting game player, called a professional fighting game player called Brawly Legs. He's one of the best at it. His hands are disabled. His body's disabled. He can't really use his hands like the rest of us can. But he used his mouth and his fingers to play the game. And there's another guy who's disabled from the neck down that plays COD. He came up. He was using his mouth. He's using like a breathing apparatus and using his head movements to turn the controller and play. And he's a beast at COD. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to like. Ain't no excuse, bro. Like if they could do it, it's people that get in the gym. They disabled. They get in the gym and they still get it in. You know, so it really ain't no excuse out here.
Because everything you need is internal. It's really just a matter of, while staying consistently in your mindsets and goals, will you become swayed in the age of distractions and algorithms and ultimately stop being consistent with yourself? This is why on the opposite side of the beef, Drake lost, and the overall public perception of him over the years has changed. While yes, it is partially just due to this nigga doing a lot of activities.
So apparently in the book, there's that part in the book where you say that he came in and told you that he had smashed one of your girls.
Oh, when he got I wasn't worried about that. I mean, you know, I was just, you know, that's just how life goes when you locked up.
The thing that ultimately ended Drake's run is being the golden.
Niggas is gonna hit your bitch. Your bitch is gonna be going while you're in jail. She might be sending you commissary and visiting you and sending you letters, but your bitch is gonna be going. Why? Somebody's gonna be in that while you're in jail for them 2, 3, however many years. You have to just know that. I'm not saying what Drake did was right, because that's supposed to be your man's, but your girl's gonna get hit. She's gonna get hit.
Boy, the chosen, most loved and respected was him losing his consistency. Not necessarily in his work. Well, actually, yeah, let's be honest, it was his work too.
Say that you a lesbian, girl, me too. Hey, girls want girls where I'm from. Hey.
But this was all merely just a byproduct of something already brewing underneath the surface. Up until about 2018, there wasn't a single project, feature, even commercial that Drake was in that didn't bang. For that 10-year period, Drake quite literally owned the game. And it was all due to him not only dropping some of the most consistent and greatest projects to ever grace our ears, but it was also because he was consistently dropping quality projects in such a time frame that was ultimately unheard of. I mean,
yeah, cause like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, some of these I ain't really care for. I didn't really care for More Life or Scorpion. And if you're in, honestly, never mind. That wasn't for me, but I've heard from other Drake fans, like, honestly, never mind. That was for the ladies, apparently. A lot of the girls tell me, oh, no, I like that one. I didn't really care for that one. My favorite ones, I didn't think Thank Me Later was that strong. I think this run right here, from Take Care up to Views, this was like his peak. This was his peak. And then you got, didn't really care for this. He went off on this, didn't care for this. And then Certified Lover Boy, he sounded a little salty on that, but he had bars and he was talking his shit for real. The shit with 21, that was cool. Sexy Songs for You. P&D was a little bit underwhelming, but Drake carried that album. And then now he's coming out with Iceman, which I know is gonna bang. I know Iceman's gonna bang. So he's had a crazy run. And even the ones I didn't like, other people liked it, and they were critically acclaimed. #1 hits on every album.
Quality projects in such a time frame that was ultimately unheard of. I mean, this nigga damn near had a platinum album or song of the summer every year. To Drake coming into the game with the mindset he wanted to be the best. He made a decision that he was coming for the crown. He didn't care how anybody felt, and he consistently felt like that. He consistently thought he was the best. So guess what? He acted and made decisions that would turn him into the best.
Just like kind of woke up one day like, yo, this is my time. Yeah. This is my like.
He started off like, and now I'm not saying I'm the nicest. I just live life like it. Nigga said 23 and debating Ferrari part 23 and going through a midlife crisis, but trust me, I still deliver like a midwife. And now I'm not saying I'm the nicest. I just live life like it. Bars, nigga, like what? And now he finally reached that pinnacle. Like, nah, I really am. I am that nigga now. Y'all can't tell me I'm not.
Like, this is my thing. I run this, you know. Like, nobody can really talk
my
to
team.
me. I'm good at what I do.
It's my team.
You know, I'm ready for anything, really. You know, and whatever it is, whether it's a one dance or whether it's know yourself or whether it's energy or.
And that's the other rule of the art of consistency. When you make that decision, then and only then do you do the work. It's not just consistency that gains you success, but it's consistency in the right things. Drake knew exactly who he was making music for and consistently brought that audience exactly what they wanted to hear. A lot of us artists have such big egos and we go, I want it to be so artistic, I want it to be so perfect and to have so much depth.
Make something good.
Substance. But the truth of the matter is the average audience listener doesn't really even notice these things. But Drake didn't care about none of that. He just cared about consistently showing up and being on your playlist, on your screen, wherever it was, and just giving you something to vibe to. And that's ultimately what gave him the crown.
My uncle always told me something early in my life which stuck with me, which is that while you're on the journey, you have to disconnect from the end goal, you know? Because if you're just focused on some end goal, then you might get there, but it'll be hard to progress past that because you're so focused on that one destination that it's like, you know, you maybe forget everything in between, and maybe you could have done more in between. He always told me, like, just be here right now, live right now, and
live in the moment
right now.
Consistency is the key to life. When you make the decision and consistently show up and nurture the thoughts and feelings associated with that decision, the actions you take will naturally align with that to get you to where you need to go. So stop working hard just for the sake of working hard. Stop just being consistent in a bunch of random things and be consistent in the right things from the right place. Once you do that, then will you really start to see your work pay off, because that's the art of consistency.
Right.
With that, I'm
Right.
Virgo. Subscribe to my page,
Right.
drop a like, and comment how this video made you feel. I love to see your guys' feedback and amazing positive messages. Share this video with your friends, maybe rewatching times when you need it.
I'm reacting to it, so you
Also,
gonna
go check out
get
my
off.
Instagram,
You know, you're
what
gonna
I'm
get my
saying?
people.
I think we about to hit 1,000.
They're gonna
And
watch
go
it.
check out my second channel where I be reacting. With that, I'm gonna see you on the next one. It's Virgo. I appreciate the love as always. Love.
Love, 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 love. Yeah, man. Another awesome video from AlexTheVirgo. Another awesome video from this man. He gets it, man. He gets it, and that's why he's gonna succeed, and that's why he has 15K right now, and then he has his other channel, like, and he's gonna go up. He's gonna keep going up. He's like 2 days ago, 3K. That's pretty good for a channel that size. He's gonna keep getting more views. I feel like his videos start off slow and then they just blow because he got a system. He goes the art of everything. That's what he does. And he starts with clips to bring you in, and then he start talking shit and then add clips in between. I gotta start adding more clips in between my shit more often, to be honest. But yeah, hold on. But yeah, the art of consistency. Now, when I say consistency, it means be consistently good and be persistently about what your mindset is. Like, if your mindset is one where, yeah, I'm going to succeed, I'm going to do this, that, the third, then you're going to do it. If your mindset is, damn, I don't know if I can do this, I can't do it, then you're literally not going to do it. Your brain is very, very powerful. Whatever's going on up here, it's going to translate to out here. How do you change up here? You change what's going on out here. Out here is around you. You change your environment, change the people you talk to, change the food you eat, change your hobbies, and you'll see that will lead to a change in what you do, and change your mindset, which is going to change what you do. Like, change where you're at to change what you do, to change how you think, to change how you move. God damn. Bars. I'm on fire today, damn. I'm wilding. That was a bar. Stop playing with me. But yeah, y'all already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. So it just falls and we out. One.